Hi guys, my name's Claire. I'm from a little island called Jersey, just off the UK. It's kind of sandwiched between the south of UK and France. I've been pouring now for a couple of years, so it's about time I did you guys a video on just how I do my, let's start with a Dutch pour, I guess. Now, my videoing technique, this is my first one. Please forgive me, it's a little bit rubbish, but I just want to get you, give you guys the idea of how I actually mix my paints and the consistency I get for a Dutch pour. I've recently done one with emerald green. It's a very small one, but I find these are best to start off with. Dutch pours, if you go too large, don't always work. So I'm going to just start off, ease you in with a tiny small, I think this is just a 6x6 or 5x5. So I've just prepped it, put some tape on the back with some pins. There you go. So, right, the paints I use, and this is the paint I use for my base. It's literally, it's a UK brand from a company called Specialist Crafts. It's a pre-made paint for pouring. It's called X2 Artist Acrylic. So it's all fluid. It's fantastic. I do add, however, I do add some water to this for the Dutch pour, because it's all about a thin paint consistency, so those colours move easily across your substrate, in this case my canvas. Okay, so I'll show you what I do and the consistency I get. So here's just my little plastic cup. I'm going to try and pour it in. Let me just move this. Like I say, please forgive me for this rubbish video. So there you go. It really just pours normal titanium white. I don't need a lot, but I'm going to do a couple. So there, it's about half cup. Right. So then I have some water. So as you can see, at the moment, it's very free flow. Then I'm going to make it even thinner. Okay, so I'm going to add a tad of water, a little bit at a time, not too much, okay, just a little bit. Everything needs to be done slowly. There's no rush. Give it a stir. Okay. Still too thick. Still too thick. I mean, this, guys, is like, well, what we call sort of double cream in the UK, like a pouring cream. I'm going to just keep stirring. See, now we're getting somewhere. It's literally got to be a thin stream. Okay, can you see that? Sorry. There you go. I'm going to still add a bit more water, because all we're doing with this base colour is we're laying it down, okay, and it's just to make the colours on top, our colours, flow over the substrate or canvas. Okay, so there you go. I'm still going to whack a bit more water in there. Right, I think we're almost there. Okay, there, we're there. It's a thin stream. This is going to just literally coat, it just needs to coat the canvas. It mustn't be thick, because if it's thick, your paints will be all muddied and they won't move. Now the colours I use, this one I'm doing is the one I kind of last posted. It's a small one. So I use the Specialist Crafts pre-made pouring paint for this, but you can see X2 Free Flow. This is called emerald green, but it's basically phalo green. Okay, You can get this colour in all sorts of other makes. I mean, okay, I'm in the UK, it might be difficult for you guys overseas to get this, but you can use phthalo green or emerald green or whatever you can get. So this is also free flow, so I'm going to need not much water. Now you only need a small puddle for these Dutch pools. You don't need to go mad. I'm going to do 2. So I've literally filled up a little glass, tiny little, these are little yogurt pots from all my puddings that I eat too many. But I reuse them, it's great. So there's a tiny bit of paint in there. So I'm going to mix it. So already it's kind of free flow. I'm just going to add a tiny little drop of water for this. Let's have a look. Just a tiny bit more. Now, for some reason, this particular colour makes beautiful cells. Don't ask me why. Must be the density. I don't know. So, hold on. It's kind of just dripping off. It's slightly thicker, I guess, than the base, but not much. Okay, so thin. All right, next colour is sand. All right. Now this is from just a standard stationery store we have over here called WH Smith in the UK. It's just a basic acrylic, nothing fancy. I love the colour. It's really great for neutral pours, but you can use a beige, or I'm sure you can get something similar wherever you are. So this is thicker. This is a normal acrylic. This is not pre-pour like the others. So I need a little bit of this. This is thick. So I'm going to need extra water. Okay. So there's my water. Here it is. I'm just going to put that in there. Needs a bit more of a stir because it can go a little bit lumpy. So you just need to give that a good stir until it's nice and smooth. Still way too thick. See, this is why I like the pre-pouring paints, because they're a lot easier just to get on with them. You haven't got all this faffing of mixing colours, which I really don't like. Anyway, so I'm giving that a good mix. Still a bit too thick. I mean, I really don't use a lot of paint. You don't need a lot of paint. That's the beauty of these Dutch pours. And it's the same with the fluid bloom. You don't really need a lot of paint, because this hobby gets expensive. So, oh God, a bit rubbish at this hole. So it's just dripping. It's dripping off. As I say, I do apologise for the quality of this video. So it kind of just drips off. Okay, still slightly thicker than the base. Then we have the Mont Marte, which I love, gold. This is pouring acrylic paint. So yet again, this is another pre-prepared paint, acrylic paint for pouring. So you don't need a lot of water with this either. This is great. I love this. This colour is beautiful. I use it a lot. It's really, you can't really see because my lighting's very poor in here. Just give it a squirt in there. I will add just a tad of water to it. It's it just it's kind of dripping off. I can't, it's very difficult to show you this, guys. It just drips off the stick. It's not leaving a trail when it drops back in. I mean, this is thin. This is not like whereas if you were probably doing a flip cup pour or a swipe, you kind of make it a bit thicker, so that almost like I guess they say it's warm honey consistency, that when it falls back into the cup it leaves a trail. This doesn't really leave a trail. This is I think this technique is the thinnest consistency used. Okay, because this is all about making those paints flow. Okay, they've got to move. Now this one, I don't know why I chose this one, because it is actually very thick paint, but I don't know, it's black. I'm not overly fussy as long as I get the right colours. This is just carbon black, golden artist colours, heavy body. I also use this in the fluid blooms if I'm making a cell activator, because it does create fabulous cells. So I'm going to put a splodge of this in here, just a wee bit. You don't need much. That's probably too much. Okay. So I'm just going to add some water to this. Right. Now this is very grainy, this. You really do need to mix it quite a bit, because it goes a little bit lumpy. I mean, you could probably use any black. It doesn't have to be carbon black, it can be anything. It's just grab what was next to me, really. In fact, I should have just used the free flow black, which I have. So any black, you just need to get it thin, okay? Keep stirring and stirring. Right, almost there. And it's all about, you must really try to keep all your colours that same consistency, okay? Just take your time, enjoy it, you know, really enjoy your art and being creative. It's not about getting the perfect piece, or, you know, you might see somebody think, oh wow, I need to get it just like that. No, it's your art. We're all individual. It's what makes us individual. It's unique to you. But you must enjoy it. You know, I unfortunately, I work full time, and it's crazy busy, my life. I do this just to unwind, hence why I don't make videos, because I don't really have the time, and I'm not very good at this whole video process. Yes, we're there. Right, so all my colours are ready. Okay, so, oops, only went over. We have our base. Right, now there you go. There's your base. All right, it's streaming off that stick. Okay. In fact, I'm actually quite fussy, so I'm going to just plonk a bit more water in there. Get it a bit thinner. You don't want it too thin, whereas it's like transparent on the stick. As long as it's still, you can still see it clearly, it's opaque on the stick, then you're fine. Right. Yep, see? Important. Thin. Stream. Okay, this is where a lot of people go wrong, and I did, certainly at the beginning. I was making it way too thick. Right, so that's that. The paints, I'll try. There you go. There, it's kind of running. You can see that one's running off. They're all the same sort of consistency. That one needs a wee bit more water, because it's a normal acrylic, not a free flow. Okay. It's dripping. It's fine. It's fine. Believe me. Okay. Right. I've got my canvas wet already. Great. Let me just wipe it on my jeans. Now, here we go, guys. Now, I'm going to be sort of flying by the seat of my pants here, because believe me, I must scrape so many, and I mean so many. If I'm not happy, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my artwork, which is, you know, I'm too hard on myself at times, which can take the enjoyment out of it. So you got to be in the mood to do this, I think. If you've had a bad day at work, it's not always a good thing to do. You need to be in a calm place. So I'm now going to pull, this is how much. This is a small, remember, a small 5x5, I think it is, canvas. All right, you don't need a lot of paint. So this is the base going on. All right. Now, some people use a hairdryer to just blow it over the corners. I tend to tilt it. I suppose you can, but just tilt it on. All right, you don't need a lot. It's running off. Look how thin that paint is. Okay. Now, make sure, I've got gloves on. I shouldn't really have them on, because it's just annoying. I hate gloves. Make sure your sides are coated. Scoop it up. All right, Can you see that? Yeah, yeah. You can also see a lot of bubbles on the top. All right. So we need to just get our torch. All right. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. We need to blast those bubbles out of the way. We don't want them. Okay, so we've got our, see, it's coated, it's thin. It's thin, it's literally just coating the surface so we can get the colours to move. Just pour a little bit on the edge there. This is not going to be perfect because, well, it might be, I don't know. Hey ho, wouldn't it be great? Right, so now I'm going to pour my colours, and this is literally what you do. You don't need a lot, okay? You do not need a lot. So I'm going to pour my green on first. This is my emerald green or phalo. There you go. Okay, now we're doing a Dutch pour here, guys. It's not a bloom. And then I'm going to pour my sand. Now, if you were doing a slightly larger canvas, I tend to go up to probably about an 8 by 8 or 10 by 10, the largest for this. You'll make slightly bigger puddles, okay? So this is the beautiful gold, which can go on. Put my glove on it. There you go, guys. That's the gold. And then we've got our black. Now, just go easy on the black, all right? You just need a smidgen of black, just a tiny little, almost tiny, probably half the size of the puddles. There, okay? So you got that? I don't want to tilt it. There you go. And what I do next is I bring my base colour back, okay? And then I just pour a ring, a circle, around my puddle, like that. All right? Okay. There's a few air bubbles in there, so I'm just gonna blow them out. I then turn my canvas towards me. You can do it the other way, but so we're like that, and then I'm going to blow gently over that puddle, over the puddle, if you know what I mean, the white over, but just watch as you blow. Take a deep breath, not too hard, and follow it. There you go, okay? There. All right, then I'm going to turn it back around. Okay, my cells are already coming through. And then I'm going to blow out. So I'm going to blow out. This is always a little bit of a controversial, where do you blow out from? I'm going to blow out from, say, the middle here, okay? Stop, look. See how I'm shifting my head from side to side, so that bloom is coming out like a petal. And let it roll over the sides, okay? So you've now got a sort of petal going out that way. So now I want a petal to come that way, all right? So I'm turning it on the side, and I'm going to blow from the middle out, where I can see like there's a, you can see where the colour is concentrated, okay? Because it stands out more, all right? There you go. So you've got your second petal. Turn it to the side again. All right. So we're going to now do the same on the opposite side. I can see the concentrated colour here still, which means there's a lot of colour sitting there ready to be blown out. See how gentle I'm blowing. You don't need to go nuts, because if you do that, you're going to just end up with a muddy puddle. So there's my bloom. Okay, I haven't torched it yet. Now look at your composition. Sometimes I'm not happy with my composition. okay? And I'm just like, oh God, what a mess. It's just a big blur. So what I will do, okay, and I do this often, I will get one of these lollipop sticks that I use, okay, craft sticks, and I will literally go, oh, I don't like that corner, and I'll just scrape it off. I'll scrape it off, okay, and then I'll re-pour my base in that area I've scraped. Then I'll have a little look and see where I can see where there's some paint concentrated still, so there's enough to blow, and I'll just give it another blow, and then I might sort of blow, but it's very gentle. It's almost like a whispery sort of blow. Don't go nuts, okay? So this is where it all goes wrong. Now I'm going to get my torch. I'm going to do a quick, I'm going to hold it back and see, and just sweep it over. There's some coming up now. There, the gold's come through. It's coming through there, there. I'm not going to touch that because I'm liking the cells. The cells are fine as they are. There, done. That is it. Right, so basically, hold on, let me just try and, this is where I'm a bit rubbish. Sorry, guys. There's the cells, can you see them? All right, and they've gone over the edges. All right, there you go. So, that's how I do my Dutch pour. It's literally all about taking your time, okay, making sure you're in a calm zone, happy, you've got nothing bothering you. Put some nice music on. I normally have a lot of really chilled music on in the background just to, you know, get that creativity working. Don't stress. If you mess up, don't stress. Okay, you just do another one, but try and save your paint. So what I will do, this is like, I got some cheap from my local hardware store. We have it in the UK called B&Q, but I'm not sure what you guys, Home Depot or wherever you are in the world. Plastic, it's just like a plastic roll that I have. Hold on, it's really great. It's this like plastic roll, and you just cut bits off. And then what I do, if I'm doing a large pour, not so much with this one, but if it's a large pour, I will make sure that I save that paint. So I'll make it, after I've done the actual pour, I'll move that aside, and then I will just scrape it, what the paint left on the surface, into the middle, and then get myself, hold on a sec, a large jug, okay, just a large jug, and then I'll scoop it back in, right? I don't want to lose, it just wastes any paint, because this, like I said, this hobby is very expensive. So I just done one recently where I used these colours, but I wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy with the composition. So I had a mixture of like green, phthalo green and white. And I was like, oh my God. But it went into this beautiful turquoisey, sort of light turquoise colour, which I've just actually today posted a haul of using the contents of that. All right, so there you go. Thanks for bearing with me. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it was useful. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm sorry about the the actual video. I'm just like, you know, it's just little old me in my garage with my iPhone on a tripod thingy. So yeah, okay. So I might do some more. Depends how I'm feeling. All right. So I hope that's helped you. Like I say, remember, keep the paints thin. All right, guys. Okay, bye.